vacated his position and went to the Clinton Global Initiatives. Now, as a matter of fact, 2 or 3 of Mike Rogers' staff did. Now, that I wouldn't blame somebody for taking a job. You know, I understand Mike Rogers stepping down. But to me, that coincidence is a little bit hard for me to believe is just coincidence. They had to have a cozy relationship there. So whatever that is probably yet to be talked about, yet to be seen. But I don't like it. Mitch Boehner. You know, those are 40 slip. There's probably not much difference between them. Mitch McConnell hasn't retired yet. John Boehner did. I just don't believe that John Boehner retired just because he thought it was time to go. He was one of those folks who enjoyed power and would do what he had to do to keep in power. John Boehner resigned for a reason. I don't yet know exactly what that reason was, but I suspect it had something to do with Benghazi and the consequence that if Hillary ever got in deposition, that there was going to be a lot of people. And I think Mitch McConnell is guilty of this too. And I think he's on the red list. I think Boehner, McConnell, and a lot of Democrats, I think there's a lot of people on the red list. Because these things could not have happened in Benghazi, folks, without very cognizant, smart, important people, and that's who these people are. Don't take that from them, they are. For some reason, they knew about these things. If they should have been screaming to let us know. But there's a reason why they were compromised. There's a reason why our president, George W. Bush, did some things that we see now probably wasn't the best things to do, such as invade Iraq, which created a void in power. And nature and politics hates a void. There's always a tyranny that follows when you create a void in politics. Well, what happened in Iraq, we see. We see that ISIS was created, Al-Qaeda. The petrodollar bargain that we made with Saudi Arabia caused us to take Saddam Hussein out. Now, why? Why did a petrodollar bargain with Saudi Arabia, petrodollar bargain, an agreement to sell oil in U.S. dollars, that's what that is when I refer to petrodollar, why would that have us to take Saddam Hussein out? It wasn't the weapons of mass destruction. We knew, and I talk about it all the time. I'm sorry if you folks get tired of hearing it, but it wasn't that we took Saddam Hussein out. Because in that petrodollar bargain, we promised the monarchy that we would protect them and keep them in force. That was our deal to them. Saddam Hussein, will you folks remember that after he invaded Kuwait, he pointed his tanks at Saudi Arabia? Who remembers that? They were on their way to Saudi Arabia. And we had to do that thing that we promised the monarchy of Saudi Arabia because of the petrodollar bargain. We had to take out Saddam Hussein or the petrodollar bargain falls. That's what Saddam Hussein was after. It's also what Putin is after. And it's also what Assad is after. It's also what Iran is after. That's why they're the axis of evil. The evil that we have coined them to be is the death of the petrodollar. Now here's the problem I'm having right now with our candidates. I'm not very smart, folks. A lot of you know that, who know me well. But you don't have to be real smart to get this figured out. And why aren't